Alright guys, so apparently a couple mods have been having issues learning how to protect land, so I'm going to explain it in a video tutorial. Ignore anything that's in the chat because I don't want to turn it off since it hide all the commands, and that's basically the most important thing of this video. So yeah, I went ahead and ignored some people because I don't want them to be chatting. So yeah, let's start. So a player asks you to protect their land, so you teleport to them. And once you teleport to them, you just do /wand to select your world edit tool. It's default to the wooden axe, and I haven't changed it just because I really don't care. Basically what you do is you go to the one corner of the house and you go out a little bit, give them some room, you know, make a nice square, and you go to the ground and left click a block. That'll select your position 1. Then once you do that, you go to the opposite corner of the house and then right click to select a position 2. Just going to make it day real quickly. Once you do that, you type / expand vert, which expands the region that you just made to go from bedrock to sky, which basically just makes it completely ungriefable. They can't, other players can't build underneath. They can't go over and build a bunch of lava over it, and it just makes it ungriefable basically. Yeah. So now we create the region. You do /region define, and the way I like this organized is player name, house, and then player name. So it'd be, in this case, Death by Russian, house, Death by Russian. That's how I like it organized. It just keeps the server organized. I have everyone else do it like that. All the regions that I make are like this. It's just the best way to do it. So once I made the region, yeah, that's basically all it is. It's pretty simple. Now let's say I want to add my friend to my house, and let's say my friend is Camel Guy 101. So you just type region, add owner, Death by Russian, house, Camel Guy 101. Now Camel Guy 1 can build in my house. He can, he has permissions to my land. So let's say Camel Guy and I got in a huge fight, and now I hate his guts. Type region, remove owner, Death by Russian house, Camel Guy 101. And that just gets rid of his permissions, so now he can't build on my property anymore. Or in this case, whoever's property you're protecting. Yeah, that's basically it on how to protect people's land. Alright, so now I'm going to teach you guys how to protect shops for people. So let's say somebody buys a shop and they ask you, hey admin, can I buy shop number 23 in this case? You say, sure, send Death by Russian the money. You're going to send the money to me. So once they send the money, this is what you do. You do /wand. You select your wand, and you select one corner of the house, the shop, and the other corner. Left click, right click. Once you do that, this is how I like the shop set up. So you do region, define, and then spawn shop. In this case, it's 23, so spawn shop 23, and then player name. So I guess I'll just do Death by Russian. Right, so that's how I like that setup. Okay, that's the first command. Once you've done that, you do region flag spawn shop 23 chest shop allow. This command basically just lets them make shops in this region. All right, and then you do region set priority spawn shop 23 5. That's the command. That command basically just makes it so it kind of parents to the main region that's protecting this town, and it just lets the player be able to actually build in this region because it's protected within the spawn region. If that makes any sense. There you go. That's how you make shops. And basically the same thing goes for houses. It's just instead of you don't have to do the chest shop allow thing. You just got to do priority, and that's really it. Okay. So now let's say that somebody wants to make a town, and they want their town to be protected as a town, so that they can make shops in the future and houses and sell all those things to other players. So what you want to do, and this is actually a little bit more complicated than houses because you got to set the priority and you got to make them flags and all that stuff. And I generally don't want mods and admins to be doing this. Generally I would do it, but just in case I'm not there or super admin's not there, I'm okay with you guys doing it, with mods doing it and admins doing it. So So let's get started. So what you want to do is you want to obviously select the region. You left click on one corner and then go on the other, give it some room, and then right click again. With towns, you usually want to give them a little bit more room because they're probably going to expand their towns. Not surprising. So then you do, of course, expand vert, select bedrock to sky. Then you name the town. So let's say I want the town to be named Moscow because I'm Russian. You do region define Moscow, and then define Russian, give me ownership of it. Okay, so now I made the town. Now, the way towns work is they have priorities. So the main town region, for example, I'll use spawn for example. So the main region for spawn that protects spawn from people destroying it is called spawn. All right, so that region has a priority of 1, which means it's the main region. Now, the shops in it are called, as I showed you before, spawn shop 1, 2, whatever, and they have priorities of 5, which means that they are the minor regions, I guess, to that. I don't know if the phrase would be parent, but I guess I could just say that the parent regions. I'm not sure if that works, but yeah. So the parent regions, I guess, and it basically just prevents people from being able to build in the main regions. Because if you don't if you don't set the priority, so let's just say you don't set the priority of the main region to 1, and then but you make the shop region inside the main region, the main town region, people will be able to build in that region because the plugin will just think that or assume that you're giving the player permissions to the main region, the main town region. So here's how it works. So you got to set the priority of Moscow to 1. So region set priority. I spelled that wrong. Priority Moscow 1. There you go. So I did that. Set that to 1. Now you want to make sure that players cannot kill each other. So you got to flag it. So you got to do region flag Moscow. Can't spell right now. Moscow PvP deny. Pretty self-explanatory. Just doesn't allow people to kill each other. Now you want to make sure that creepers and mobs in general just can't spawn. So you do region flag Moscow mob spawning deny. Also very self-explanatory. It disallows the mobs from spawning and just running around and killing people like it's nobody's business. Right. So that's that. Now, as I showed in the previous one, I'm just going to show it again. Let's say somebody wants to buy this awfully beautiful house. I'll just make a region for it. Alright, so let's just say I'm going to call it Moscow House 1. That's how I would like houses and stuff called. In the spawn, it's different because it's there's no name for the spawn. It's just spawn. So I do spawn house, spawn shop, so on and so forth. So you do Moscow. Oh, I probably should do define, shouldn't I? Define spawn house. Moscow house. And then you do death by Russian. Add my name to it. Let's just say I'm buying it. Then you do region set priority Moscow house 1, 2, 5. So that basically means that I cannot build in the main region, but I can build just in this little house that I just created for myself. I can build over here. You normally would probably want to select the ground. You want to go like that and then select there so that they can actually build on the ground, or you can just even do expand vert so that they can build all the way down. But that man, whatever you want as long as you just select the house. It's pretty simple. But yeah, that's basically it. You don't have to do any flags in the houses. You don't have to do the chest shop allow thing with houses because you don't want them building or making shops in the houses. So yeah, that ends this tutorial, and yeah.